find a new purpose, fill a new need, enjoy a new experience. Sing unto the Lord, bless his name, exercise a new strength, grasp a new truth, practice a new awareness. For great is the Lord and greatly to be praised. Good morning. I'm Reverend Janet Johnson, a minister here at the Institute for Spiritual Development in Washington, D.C., and I'm very greatly honored that we have gathered today in this virtual space. The Institute for Spiritual Development is a God-centered, spiritually inclusive, metaphysical church and community dedicated to our growing spiritual awareness in an atmosphere of unconditional love and acceptance. Welcome. Now let's take time to recite together the Lord's Prayer, the Lamsa translation. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, as in heaven, so on earth. Give us bread for our needs from day to day, and forgive us our offenses, as we forgive our offenders. And do not let us enter into temptation, but deliver us from error. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Let us take time now to recite the declaration of principle that unite us here at ISD. We believe in infinite intelligence. We believe that infinite intelligence expresses itself in all existence and in humanity as a manifestation of divine love. We affirm the unity of all life everywhere. We believe in communion with all planes of existence and that meaningful communication flows from this connection. We affirm the divine right of each individual to seek the truth in accordance with their consciousness, and that living in harmony with that truth defines true spirituality. We affirm that spiritual unfoldment is progressive and unending, and that the doorway to reformation is never closed against any soul. We believe that the highest morality is contained in the mandate: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. We affirm the personal responsibility of the individual, and that we choose our happiness or unhappiness as we apply the laws of the universe. We affirm that life is eternal, and that the existence and personal identity of the individual continue after the change called death. We believe the ultimate expression of God in our life is unconditional love of our neighbors and ourselves. We accept that the living gifts of prophecy and healing reported in all sacred scripture are an affirmation of divine spirit working through us. Now we enter our wholeness and well-being part of our service. I would like you to get all comfortable for the following meditation. I'm going to take you to one of your happiest places that you've had in your life. So get your feet flat on the floor, hands on your lap, however you want to get comfortable. I see some of you guys are outside. That's awesome and enjoying the beautiful day. So take a deep breath, hold it, let it go slowly. A second breath, hold it. And as you breathe out, you're letting go of all your anxieties. Another breath. And this time, let it go much, much, much slower. Find yourself in a path, walking through the woods. You see a clearing, and you see a castle, and you're going to walk the bridge to go inside the castle. As soon as you go into the castle, you're in the great hall. As you walked in here, you look at the walls, and what you see are episodes of your life where you've been the happiest or where you have found the greatest joy. It could be with family, it could be by yourself, you could be at the beach, you could be at the mountains, it could be your marriage, maybe your divorce, the birth of one of your children, or the birth of the niece or nephew. But this is your happy place. And as you gather these images, maybe you want to go from one part of the hall and go all around it and see various images. Choose one or choose them all. Immerse yourself in that image. Feel the energy of that moment. Fill your body, your heart again, with the happiness that is there in your heart. And inner peace comes within you. With joy and happiness, long forgotten, surfacing and being part of you again. As you feel this, let's share that energy with those who are here with us in this virtual service. And as you do that, expand it to your neighbors, to your state, to this country, to our world. Slowly come back to this world, to your state, to your home, to your space. Take a breath in and let it out quickly. Again. Again. Feel your toes and hands and welcome back. Source of all creation, by your infinite love, we are made perfect. By your holy light, we are made whole. Through your love, we are nourished and are aligned completely with the divinity in all. Bless us today and always so we can serve you and the world with open and healing hearts. Amen. We're ready for our responsive reading. It will be up on the screen very shortly. There's ever a song of life, of beauty, of peace, and we should learn to sing it.
A merry heart is good medicine, but a broken spirit dries the bones.
We have a right to any happiness of which we can conceive, provided that happiness hurts no one and is in keeping with the nature of progressive life.
Therefore, Do not be anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will take care of itself.
Though we travel the world over to find the beautiful, we must carry it with us or we will not find it.
As far as mind extends, so far extends heaven.
Happy is the person who finds wisdom and the one who finds understanding.
The blessing of the Lord makes a person rich, and no sorrow is added with it.
Always there is the eternal voice, forever whispering within our ear, that thing which causes the eternal quest, that thing which forever sings and sings.
I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit within you.
Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord has risen upon you.
I will sing a new song unto you, O God.
Rejoice in the Lord always. And again I say, rejoice.
Amen.
Today's reading comes from Make Me Feel That Everything is Joy, from Whisper from Eternity by Paramahansa Yogananda. I am the foam of happiness, spume out of the sea, thy joy. I am the ocean life, bounding with the billows of joy. Endless eddies of my laughter spread through all hearts. When the time comes to depart, I will retire to wakeful sleep on the bosom of that infinite joy. A ripple ever dancing with billows of joy. I'm a bubble of joy, struggling to burst and unite with the ocean of joy. I feel thy joy in all things. Make a lighthouse of joy also, guiding storm-tossed vessels of life to safety on the shores of thy joy. Let every vine of my activity bear large grape clusters of thy joy. Let me drink the divine wine pressed from the grapes of all life's little joys. Make me feel that everything is joy, from Whisper from Eternity by Paramahansa Yogananda. Wow. What is the meaning of joy? Joy is really a feeling of great pleasure and happiness. What is the meaning of happy? Is feeling or showing pleasure or contentment. What is happiness? Is the state of being happy. Actually, joy is an outward sign produced by a favorable event, such as a smile. Joy is so well expressed by children at all times. Joy in Greek, kapia, means cheerfulness, calm delight, gladness multiplied greatly, to be exceedingly full of joy. However, joy in Spanish is alegría, which means from Latin, the meaning of being alive and animated, as you can see it in me all the time. Joy can have many meanings, and it all depends on how it is used. Joy can be a person or thing that gives another one the effect, such as feeling pride in everybody in their work or somebody else's work. One example in the Spanish tradition, they like to name the girls for the joy of the family. It also can be the antagonistic effect to the previous, which is the lack of responsibility, not caring, inconsistent, a flaw in a person's character, as it reflects when we say that person acted joyfully, but it did not properly manage the family business. During this pandemic, I recently took my 3 granddaughters to the Manassas battlefields. And as we're going and they're skipping, they're playing ball and the whole thing, suddenly we cross the path of a young couple with a 2.5-year-old little girl. And they all stopped in their tracks. And they were like, their faces lit up like if they've been old-time friends. It's like, man, wow, I haven't seen you in such a long time. And they all got on the ground, started playing, talking as if it had never stopped. This pandemic has, when we see each other, brings us joy because we really need to unite with one another. And that was one of the most beautiful examples I have ever seen in my life, completely. And it brought tears to my life because the little girl had no one to play except for the adults. Meanwhile, my 3 granddaughters, they have each other, and they're constantly rambunctious and ready to just take the next top, the next mountain, so on and so forth. And the term of joy is a synonym to be very joyful, with lots of jubilation, animation, enthusiastic, happy. Joy is used by many parents for naming their child Joy again. Why would they do that? They want to give back joy to that child at all time, giving them purpose in life completely. And joy is a very positive, by pleasant experience, or being next to someone you really love, like, and it gets transmitted outwardly. And love is the common denominator, as well as the deepest cause for joy to manifest in relationships with others and with oneself as well. Okay, let's take a look at the differences between joy and happiness. The meaning of joy, again, is a feeling of great pleasure and happiness. Happiness is the state of being happy. Happy is the feeling or showing pleasure or contentment in whatever you do. In the difference between joy and happiness is thought of as the duration or the importance of the event. However, happiness is a permanent state alongside with prosperity. Joy is a passing state with jubilation, pleasure, and well-being. Happiness is another emotional state that its effect is very permanent and is due to it gives personal importance to how oneself is in the emotion. The happiness with the family, or when we achieve what we work for, our goals. Happiness is a sentiment that depends on the actual attitude that is taken and the view of life to achieve and the objective that life presents that is associated with our mental association and our personal experiences. Joy is an emotional state that is momentarily and is spontaneous. Happiness is considered an emotion, or let's say it's the instinctive physical reaction to the action. Even though it's temporary, happiness is necessary in how to approach life, how to walk to reach the utmost joy. A happy personality, or let's say a person who is always happy, is one that always smiles, always has a tendency to laugh. As the psychological studies have said, a happy personality, or the capacity to smile and to feel happy, is an important attitude to overcome all the difficulties that life brings. Have we used this happiness and joy through this time of the pandemic? It has been more than 6 months, and our lives have changed because of this. And we're practicing social distancing. Here we are on a virtual service. How I miss giving you all hugs as we have met before. I'm giving you all virtual hugs to everybody, okay? The law says, or the state tells us we have to wear masks now as we go out or enter establishment. What emotion has been brought out through this whole time is fear. And fear has been with us for almost 6.5 months. Fear is a very unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous. Yes, COVID-19 is very dangerous and is likely to cause pain, threatens our lives. It has been, a lot of us take that step and pass over. Yes, this virus has caused very apparent damages and fear to all of us. But have we really reflected what's happening? It has become apparent that the reason COVID is here is because we have lost focus and lost sight of what's important in maintaining our joy and living a joyful life. COVID-19 has made us all go back to basic, focusing again to things that are important. I want to tell you a little story that I just read recently. About 40 years ago, a couple had been married for 40 years, and this lady's husband died. For several months, she sat alone in her home with shades drawn and doors locked. Isn't that what we're doing now? Finally, she decided to do something about her loneliness. She went to the pet store. As she looked over the dogs, cats, fish, and even reptiles, nothing seemed right. Then the owner showed her one of his prized parrots. Does it talk? She asked. Absolutely, a real chatterbox. Friendly disposition and a wide vocabulary. That's why it's so expensive. But what a friend he could be to you. So she bought an elegant large cage, took him home in anticipation. At least a companion, she thought, something to talk to. Perfect. But the parrot wouldn't say a word. She went back to the pet store and complained to the owner. Not one word. I haven't been able to get a sound out of that bird. Well, you need to buy a mirror. A parrot needs a mirror, so while looking at himself, he'll talk. She bought the mirror. It didn't help. Not a word from the bird. Back she went to the owner. The parrot still isn't talking. Did you buy a ladder? No, I didn't know I needed a ladder. She bought the ladder, but no use. The parrot still didn't talk. Then it was a bell. The next week a swing. Not one sound from the cage. Then she suddenly burst into the pet store shouting, "It died! My expensive bird is dead at the bottom of the cage with the mirror, the bell, the ladder, and the swing." Oh, was she ever angry? The owner replied, "Well, I can't believe that. I am shocked. Did it ever say anything at all, ever?" Yes, as a matter of fact, it did. As it lay there taking its last few breaths, it said very faintly, "Don't they have any food down at the pet store?" So you see, we have lost our focus. This is a perfect example of that. We need to recoup, look inwardly, find your joy space, and treat life from now on a very joyful note. Thank you. As we now enter our prosperity section of our service, I will invite you to think of the abundance of gift in your life. Allow yourself to experience a deep appreciation for what the abundance, so we can proclaim, divine love always has, and divine love always will answer all of our needs. I'm going to send you to the PayPal link that Reverend Rob will be posted on our screens. So if you feel we really could use you so we can all get back to our home where we can really be in a joyful space at all times, giving each other those wonderful vibes that we are always in need of. Okay, he's done a good job. And give you a few minutes. Thank you for your ongoing support. And I am going to ask Reverend Rob Banashak, how is it that Crohn's is it? Our good leader? Or how, I forgot. See, we haven't been together. So it's like, I can't even make the joke that I love to do. Our fearless leader, is that what it is? I don't remember.
I don't remember, so, but it was beautiful. So thank you, Reverend Janet. And I want to start by first of all, thanking you even more for this beautiful service today and for just being here and reminding us of what is important in our lives. And joy is most definitely one of the most important things that we can bring from inside so that we can continue to live regardless of wherever we are, whatever the circumstance. So grateful for you and for your work on this service and our practice yesterday and everything else that goes along with it. So thank you. I also want to thank everybody who was so patient with us last week, who tried to sign on when we were having some internet problems. We were as disappointed that Reverend Brenda, who had worked so hard on this magnificent service, was not able to reach everyone. But we are looking for a time that we can reschedule that gorgeous service so that we can all enjoy the incredible amount of work and beauty and ritual that she had infused into that service. So sit tight. Again, thank you for your patience. We're here now, and we certainly appreciate you following us wherever we go. So I must reiterate that over and over again. So grateful for all of you who continue to see us online. We've got some things coming up, and excited that one of them is today. There are just a couple of slots left for the Akashics Records workshop. This is something that Bill Sanda has done in the sanctuary many times, especially over the last couple of years, because he has so enjoyed the energy and love and experience of working with us at ISD and in the sanctuary. And we are pretty excited that he's got a Zoom platform, or at least has worked out the workshop in a Zoom platform. So again, it will be from 1 o'clock and it will go to 5, and it is an intensive yet incredibly transformative experience where everyone that is in the group, in the room, and in this case the Zoom room, will be participating in everybody else's healing session simply by holding space for it. So it's really a beautiful experience. And again, there are a couple of slots left, and you can sign up either now or directly after the service. We will start at 1 o'clock, and I'm sure he will be delighted to hear and see from you all. Then we will continue. We've got one more session of our book discussion group on the Untethered Soul, and that's Tuesday. And we will be finishing up. There were 5 sections of the book. We're going to be working on the last section, but the book itself really has been about one central theme the entire time. And so if you do want to participate in a very enlivening discussion, I highly recommend that you join us on Tuesday. And then following that, we are going to take a little break with the book group on Tuesdays, and Reverend Jim is coming back to teach a class, which is a required class for ministerial students, but is also a delightful exploration of the history of the modern metaphysical movement in the United States. Now, we've done classes on the metaphysical principles and where they've come from, and Hermetic philosophy. And this class focuses specifically on how and who were the players that brought this spirituality to where we are today. And that includes the spiritualist tradition on which we are based, other new thought groups back at the turn of the century, like Divine Science and Science of Mind and Unity. So I think that, right up until present day, when we had offshoots of that, Course in Miracles, Louise Hay, Marianne Williamson, they're all part of this metaphysical movement that has taken place over the last decades. And Jim talks about it with a particular zest. I keep talking about he talks about Madame Blavatsky, who is really at the cornerstone of how we are where we are. And I always say, if you haven't heard about Madame Blavatsky from Reverend Jim, then you haven't heard about Madame Blavatsky. So that's going to be 4 Tuesdays. So the last 2 Tuesdays in October, the 20th and 27th, and then the first 2 Tuesdays in November. And then it looks like book group's going to return Tuesday nights. That seems to be the most popular night. And we'll be working on our next book then, which we are still confirming. We're pretty sure it's going to be Illusions by Richard Bach, which is a beautiful, I highly recommend, short book. We've been working with some self-help books lately and have kind of heard the call to read something that is a little more allegorical. So kind of application of these principles in our lives. And Richard Bach does it so beautifully with the book Illusions. So hopefully you'll join us for that, and keep your eye out for more going on. Of course, we're going to return to our psychic fair and message circles online in October. And so keep looking out on that website, and let me know if there's anything that you need to know. Most of you have my number or my text, or you can actually message me through the website. So www.isd-dc.org. And I think that's it Thank you. I'm going to once again thank, because we didn't get a chance last week. I want to thank Reverend Olivia for helping me during a challenging weekend at the church, and looking forward to opening those doors sometime very soon when we can all, as Reverend Janet said, give each other real hugs instead of virtual ones. So, Janet, back to you.
Now join me with the congregational prayer, Our Path to Happiness. May we realize, great teacher, that we cannot be happy until we seek satisfaction in spiritual progress, thus guarding our peace of mind from all influences that would destroy it. Let us understand that all happiness comes not by aimlessly thinking about it, but by striving to express it in all our moods and actions. No matter what tasks we're performing, teach us to feel the divine undercurrent, the hidden river of bliss, ever flowing beneath the sands of our myriad thoughts and the rocky soil of our difficulties. May we be secretly joyous in spite of all adverse circumstances, knowing happiness is our birthright, our divine treasure. Guide us to find in the soul the riches beyond the dreams of kings. So let it be. This is our fun part. Okay, let's see if I can do this right. I'm going to do gallery. I had been afraid to do this through the whole service, okay? Jim, may I come to you?
Yes.
Okay, before I started the service, of course, I did my meditations and everything, because, you know, when you're here, you're not sure if you're here or you're over there. So you've got to have a little guidance in between, okay? So I drew the card from the tarot cards from the Thought tarot deck, okay? For you, came out the Fool. Okay, what are you thinking new again? You're doing something new. It's always brewing in your mind, and it's just saying, yes, it is correct. Go for it. Time, there's no need of time, because time is endless for you. Okay, you can just, they said they will give you the information no matter what, at whatever time. Okay?
Right on target.
Love you.
God bless
Thank
you.
you.
Okay, Miss Olivia, may I come to you? I haven't drawn anything for you. This is just from seeing you here.
Thank you.
That joyful person is bubbling to come out. Do take a little risk. You don't have to go outside to be joyful. Do it inside a home. Okay, go do your somersault. Our body might not be wanting to do it, but our mind does. And you're doing wonderful things, but there's something else that you want to do. Bring it to fruition, because it's not only going to bring joy to others, but mainly it's the joy and the happiness in you doing that is going to bring it to you. And that's what you need. Okay? Sylvia, you're just bubbling with joy over there. I don't know if you were staying at home or not. However, what came to me was same thing with you, Lauren. Listen to this one, the amethyst. Why do you need more meditations? Don't ask me, but that's what they're saying. Both of you need to crack down and do the meditations, because a lot of information and a lot of knowledge are coming, both of you, your way. Got it? Miss Robin Bonner, I don't know you. However, I'm not going to say the amethyst came for you. I'm going to draw one for you. And it's the red jasper. For some reason, you're not allowing the healing that people are providing to come through. You need to bring down those walls. Okay? nothing to do with your health. It's just your attitude. They're saying that they just need to put you on a much better road. So things will start really happening for you in a very positive note.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's see. My darling Jan, may I come to you? Jan Kiefer. Okay. I love that you smile. You need to smile more. Okay?
Yeah.
Those things that are happening, they're just little steps, little stones in the path. You have the not knowledge, you have the power in you, Jan, to overcome all of this. Okay? This pandemic gave us back a new focus. Because if we had not been here, you would have never found out, and you had to go through with what you had to go through. Because you would have been so busy and not have paid attention. Okay? So this was good for you. And there's other joys coming your way too, so be ready. Oh, thank you, Silly Dilly. She's finally doing somersaults for me. It's been 7 months since she's done any somersaults in the back of me. She turned punk rocker through this pandemic on me. She's really she went goth completely, and it was not in a good space. Jake, can I come to you? Can I hear you say your name? Hi. That's much better. That's how you have to be at all times. Okay, I know our declaration of principle says we make our own happiness our own happiness. That's how you have to be at all times. Okay, and they're saying to tell you also, just like Reverend Jim, the Fool comes to for me, for you. Allow things to happen. Allow the risk to take place. Okay, time is up. They're not saying it's necessary that you do it now, but when it presents itself, look at it and say, yes, that's what I need to do. That's what I need to continue to do. Okay? Bless you. Wendy, you hear me?
Yes, I do.
Okay, Wendy, you and Rob have the same card, the Chariot. What are you guys doing? You're going on a traveling trip or something?
No. At least not planned.
Well, it's going to be a spiritual road trip for you guys,
Oh, awesome.
because you guys are going to be doing something that has not manifested yet, but is right there. It's right at the edge. Maybe it's in your path to go forward. Okay, your path to go forward,
Awesome.
and Rob is there for you for that very purpose. Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Okay, Steve, I don't see you, but I want to come to you and let you know that your body is healing just a little bit longer, and you will feel up to par or even better. Okay, Steve? I don't know what's been going on, but that's just what one of the cards just said to me. You will have a healthy body.
Janet, thank you.
Go from there. Come to 2. Do you know who you are, right? Robin Hall and Robin Olson? Okay. They're saying you're not sitting next together, but you know that Robin energy, spring might have gone by, but you still have spring in you. Bring it forward. Make it happen. Be the joyful Robin 1, Robin 2. Health is there. You just need to smile and move on from there. Thank you. Let's see, who else do I have? And tell Teresa she needs to be practical, not to worry too much. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. And Anne, may I come to you?
Yes.
There's changes that are happening. They're manifesting as your rite to passage. It's things that you have come, either you have learned or whatever. It's graduation day for you, but not in for one thing, it's for like 10 to 12 things. They're all happening at the same time. And that's how come you've been feeling a little bit more fidgety and more edgy at things with happening with you. Am I correct?
Don't know yet.
Okay, so just be prepared for all that, and just be blessed, and tell your partner he is a good energy to be next to you, and you both complement each other. He needs to have a smile on his face. We love to see smiles on everybody's faces. There we go.
Yeah.
Um,
Thank you.
okay, Aussie, I don't know you, Aussie Osborne.
Yes.
Are you new to our little world?
No. 2011, 12, and 13, around that time.
I've been at it since 1988. So
I'm off and on.
Aussie, let's see what we got here for you. Hold on. Oh, again, the Chariot. You're embarking on a new spiritual path. Embrace it.
Yes.
Okay? Do
Okay.
not be afraid of it.
Okay.
It's there. Joy, fear robs your joy. When you embrace it, you're able to go with it. And oh gosh, they're showing me flowers. They're showing me roses. They're showing me balloons. It's a celebration for you because it's part of your life. It's part of who you are.
Okay.
Let go of the fear and
Okay.
embrace it. Karen, may I come to you?
Thank you.
Thank you. Karen, may I come to you?
Yes.
Karen, you're the quiet one, and it's okay to be the quiet one. However, let's go here. Do you like music?
Love music.
That's your joy. It's the
It
prayer
is.
reports and music. Do something more with the music, even if it's
Okay.
just 5 minutes a day, but bring that into your atmosphere, into your essence, into your aura. And man, a lot of, again, if I said to OC flowers and roses, they're giving gardenias. You like gardenias?
I love gardenias.
Okay, that's what they presented me to you. The smell of gardenias with the music is part of who you are and how you will express yourself. Bless you. Martha, may I come to you?
Of course.
Okay. Whew. A lot of things have been happening. I'm saying that you feel overwhelmed and over a lot of things, a lot of weight on your shoulders and in your arms. Okay. They're saying, okay, let's go. They're making me full. Okay, daisies for you. What are the powers of the daisies? Daisies, it brings me the song, You're My Sunshine, okay? It's just put that to practice and they will shed off like we peel the daisy. You love me not. So it goes, I love myself. That would be part of who you are, Martha, okay? Bring that back into you, okay? I think I ran out of messages. Did I miss anybody or did I get everybody? Did I?
Almost everybody.
Okay. So. Oh, beloved, may the joy, happiness, and love we have felt today strengthen us and envelop us and help us to grow ever closer to you. In this sacred space, we have been enriched, enlightened, and enlightened through our most holy connection to you and to one another. May our love blossom and fellowship deepen, and may we always know what a blessing we are for each other, for our community, and for our world. Amen. May the love of the Creator be with us always. May we seek to create our highest good, who is God's will. May we always remember whom we truly are. Amen.
Amen.
Bless you all.
Thank you, Reverend Janet. And
Now let us
we're
have fellowship with everybody.
yes, well,
Thank
everybody
you,
can turn
Janet.
off their mutes. And I think this is the first time we've got actually 3 Robins on our
I
Zoom
know.
call today. We not just one, not just 2, but we are up
Where's
to
the other
3.
one?
So that means something. Power of three.
Robin Bonner. Hello, Robin.
Hi.
Welcome, Robin Bonner.
Oh my God. See, she's not used to sitting with you two guys. That's why I gave her a separate message. It didn't even dawn on me. I'm so sorry.
That's great. Welcome all. Glad
Good
you're all
to see
here.
everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Two Robins. Hi, Robin. Hi, Robin.
There's three, actually.
Robin.
Round Robin?
We're multi.
And Ozzy's been around for a long time, but Ozzy also is now an official member of ISD. Thank you, Ozzy. So he's our
Yay!
newest member. He's come to us as one of our online members, and we're glad that he's here because he is at a lot of stuff now. So thank you.
Thank you.
Very cool.
Thank you, everybody, for this opportunity to be able to.
Lovely service.
Thank you to come online. You don't know the fear that I've had to do this.
Beautiful.
It was nice. Thank you very much.
I'll
Everybody.
see you all next week.
Bye, everybody. Have a great week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, you guys. Thanks for coming today.
Dr. DiBiase.
See you soon.
Bye-bye. Karen, take care. Bye-bye.
See you all
Hey,
next
Janet,
week.
for your
I'm
joy
Martha.
and enthusiasm. Thank you for being the joy and the energy and the enthusiasm.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Olivia. You don't know how I've struggled with this for the last 6 months.
Oh, yeah.
You did
You ready,
great.
Rob?
Can't even
No
tell.
struggle
Beautiful.
showing.
Beautiful.
Hey,
It was a
Olivia.
nice planet.
Hey, how are you?
Olivia, nice to see you again.
Hello, Ozzy. Great to see you again. Glad you're here. What
Start
fun.
reading my book.
Good.
Oh,
I'm gonna let you
And
guys
Rob-
talk for a few minutes.
good.
Next week.
All right.
Hey, how are you, Sylvia? How are you? Bye, everybody.
Hi,
Bye.
Ozzy.
Bye,
Thanks for
everyone.
coming.
Have a good Sunday.
You too.
Thank you.
Mwah.
Janet, gracias por un servicio muy lindo.
Ay, gracias, Marta. Lo aprecio
Sí.
mucho, porque esto
Sí.
ha sido un dolor para mí hacer esto.
Sí, pero lo hiciste muy bien y nos trajiste mucha felicidad.
It was time. We all needed this. We all really needed this.
You're right. You're right. You're right. Thank you. That's a great parrot story. I can't wait to tell it again.
It was a good one. It was in a little book of joy. It was like, it was perfect.
No, that was great.
Thank you, Martha.
Sure. Bye-bye. Rob, I'll talk to you during the week for next week.
Sounds good. I look
Rob,
forward to
give
it.
me a call if you get a chance, please.
I will.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you both.
Bye.
All right,
Love you.
bye-bye.
Mwah, mwah, mwah. Mwah, mwah. Thank you both.